Okay, we just went through a planet, and is this Mars or Jupiter? Gilly, Jupiter. We arrived at a huge cavern. It's a very, very, very big cavern. And it looks like there's movement. I need clarity. Are these humans, humanoids, or are these grays? These are grays. Okay. Are these malevolent grays or benevolent grays? Malevolent. We're tucked back on the side, and I was given the cloak for energy purposes, but I think it was also to hide my energy signal. Yes, Karen, it was. Why didn't Archangel Michael tell me that? Because it always unnerves you. It concerns me. I wouldn't say unnerve. All right, then. Oh, Julie, are you giving me dragitude? It's dragontude. Always. Okay. Ah,
I love the magic of what the dragon skills can offer,
yes,
as you do,
really.
as you do know.
Um,
So maybe Karen can use dragon skill too.
I don't know. I'm trying to see. There's movement. What are they moving, Gilly? You will see. Are we going to be met by the Andromeda Council? Eventually. Oh, that's new and different. Okay. Oh, there's a ship that's coming up. There's a ship, and it's all floating prisoners. It's a prison ship. The people are, their hands are behind them, and they're tied. Oh dear. And they're being brought out of this. So
Yuri, who are these prisoners that we are seeing? Where are they from?
Earth. Where are they getting them from? The border. Oh no. The
So
Mexican border? Yes.
are these innocent or are they criminal type?
Both. And what are they being used for? Slave trade. Okay. Because Jupiter is the planet. Oh, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, it is Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet that has the inner galactic portal outside of it, on the other side of it. So are they being sold then into other galaxies? Yes. Oh, I see a Draco. I see a Draco giving orders. For reference sake, everybody, I'm really high up. I mean, I'm looking hundreds of feet down at this. So I'm feeling pretty safe up here.
Plus, you have two mighty dragons.
Yes, I do. Who could flip
In an instant.
take me back through the rock? Yeah. And for those listening, if you haven't heard other shows, dragons can flip in between time and space. They have an ability to create a time frame. And as long as we have a point of departure, the exact coordinates of departure, and we have a point of arrival, a coordinate for that, they can go between time. That's when I say flip, I mean flip between time. And then they can flip me back. But I always have to, we can only get back if we know our point of reference. The trick is to be safe. If the dragon is knocked between unconscious, then you're lost. You can't come back out. I had that happen in one lifetime. So, I just don't want to watch any more of this, Gilly. Do we need to stay? Yes. You'll see why. Okay. And they're all the prisoners are being herded off the ship and down into this cavern and led through another cavern out of sight from me. I can't see where they're being taken, nor do I want to. It's very interesting because the ship came up into this cavern. So there's a portal of energy. I don't know if it came between the rocks or if this cavern goes all the way through to the outside of the planet. They probably have the technology to go through the rocks, the same as the Andromeda Council. Excuse me. Oh, these energies are not comfortable to be here. And I'm very uncomfortable being alone without the Andromeda Council in a place like this. Honestly tell you all that. Oh, that other ship just left and a new ship is arriving. Interestingly, the other ship got off on the far side, away from me. The beings were taken down. Were taken off. This time, this ship, it's a different ship. It's not as big. More of it's a smaller shuttle. And they're getting off on the side that's just below me, where I'm at in the cavern. And they're bowing to this person. Is this person royalty? Yes. It's almost like I'm seeing a red carpet. There's a red carpet. And a crown. Is this the Queen of England? No. Is this a king or a queen? It's a king. Yes, Karen. From where? From Earth? This person from Earth? No. So this is from another planet, this being? Yes. Come to observe and see the slaves, to decide whether or not to purchase them. Oh my word. And the Draco is kind of bowing a head, so to speak, but not kneeling like the other beings. They're doing that head nod kind of thing. So the king is doing that too. Is this, the king looks humanoid. Yes, mostly is. He has the alien DNA, but he's of the humanoid species. All right. Oh dear. There's like a throne that he's sitting in. And they're bringing food, and they're bringing, servants are coming in to take care of him. And good God, it's like the old Roman times when the prisoners are being brought in front of them for viewing, for purchase. Oh, Lordy. Oh, gosh, Gilly, do I have to watch this? Somebody's crying and screaming and carrying on, and the Draco just picked it up and broke its neck and threw it into the void. Threw it into the opening where the ship just came up. Shut everybody else up. I think I would do that just to be killed so I wouldn't have to be a slave. I would hope I would be that courageous. So they're moving people out. He's selecting who he wants, and they're getting rid of the rest. Oh, Jesus. They're bringing in another line. Oh, Gilly, I don't want to watch any more of this. What? Do I have to watch any more of this? Yes, you do. Why? What the blazes? Oh my God. I can't do anything to stop it. Wait. Another line of people. The Draco and the King were just beamed out. And the Greys are like not knowing what to do. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God. There's soldiers coming in to to rest. The shuttle's trying to take off. The King's shuttle is trying to take off, and it's being stopped. There's another shuttle that's stopping it from leaving. Oh, wow. Gilly, is this the Andromeda Council? It's the Galactic Federation of Light. Wow. All right, now I'm glad we watched this. Whew. This feels much better. So,
it's great to see them there.
is it, so in other words, they're taking down this slave trade location, correct? They have been finding them. Oh, there's a shuttle in front of me now. Yay! Galilee's here.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they took
right.
the royal into custody, which will be huge.
Yes, it is huge. All right. Gilly, are you coming? You can't get in this shuttle. No. I think Gilly is the same size as the shuttle. All right. I'm going to meet you later. Yes. I'm getting in. Hello, Galilee. Hello. Hello, Kari and Sir, not sorry, Zillion is here. Thank you, guys. Wow. I was getting really, Gilly was right this time. Unnerved. Unnerved would be right for this situation. Yes, Karen, we wanted you to see the process because you couldn't see it if you were with us. So we had Gilly bring you to this place where we knew you'd be safe. You're actually in a dimensionality within this space. So you were not able to be seen by anyone there or smelled. Smelled. That's right. The Dracos have a really intense ability to smell. So do some of the Greys. They can smell humans a mile away. Yikes. Okay. All right. This is such good news. Is this a new port of enslavement, or is this one that's been here for a while? No, it was recently created. I'll be darned. Yeah.
Right.
We are finding that there's new, hold on, Mark. We're finding that there are new bases that every time we clean up something, a new one starts again. So we are having to, it's a kind of a cat and mouse game. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I was going to say, those that had been the humans that they took for the slave trade, were their memories be wiped of this experience and be brought back to Terra, Earth? Or what is your process that you do to support them?
Excellent question, Mark. Some of them will be brought back to Earth and put in placements. Some of them will be given the opportunity to move to other worlds because there's too high of a chance they would be trafficked. Or trafficked again, we should say. That's the tricky part, to bring them back to Earth. If they're not established, if they don't have families, they'll be trafficked again. So we will do everything we can to determine, do they have families? Do they have connections? Set them up with those connections. And if not, then we offer them a location somewhere else. If they have criminal records, then they are taken to a reform ship. If they choose to go back to Earth to their families, they will have their minds cleared of this trauma, so it doesn't haunt them. Excellent. Excellent. What about the ones who choose to move forward somewhere else? They will remember why they chose what they chose. Got it. Got it.
Now, are these men and women, or primarily men?
Oh, they were men, women, and children.
Oh, wow.
There was a young girl. It was I should have clarified that. It was a young girl who freaked out and was killed. Unfortunately, we cannot save her. Yes, that is unfortunate.
Most definitely.
So, yes. All right.
And
he's closing the door.
Okay.
And we are taking off. I would have been her. I would have been dead. Oh, well. I'd still rather not be a slave. Where are we going? Going through walls. We're going through the planet. And it's bumpy in this ship as well as it is with Gilly when we go through the walls. I feel the boom, 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 boom as we're breaking through. Is that just me, Curry, or do you feel that movement too? We're used to it. You feel it. Okay. God. Whew. We're out in space. And we're headed to a ship that was parked outside of Jupiter. Well, now, this ship was outside of Jupiter. Couldn't they have read its signature? It was cloaked until now. Aha. All right. We're in the cargo hold.
I thought they could see through your cloaking technology, or have you changed it from where it worked before?
Changed it. Thanks to Commander Zillion's teams. We are continually upgrading our cloaking systems. We change it out. There are multiple different programs we can use now, and we use a different one each time so that they can't register a certain frequency either, because it keeps changing. Actually, Lightbeam's team helped with that as well. Awesome. Well, they certainly understand vibration, don't they? Yes, they certainly do. Commander Z! Oh, my goodness, you were involved with this. Namaste, Mark and Karen. Yes, my teams were involved with this. Namaste. We have been tracking these new bases they're creating. We have been able to read the signatures. Again, thanks to Lightbeam's teams for helping us with instrumentation that reads signals in a much finer way. As long as you have these and the Dracos don't, it's only a matter of time, and they will.
But how is the progress where the remember a few months back where we found the in the quantum field the quantum light packets. They were able to retrieve the information from those, and you found out about the bases, but that they needed your help to make sure that they were safe. How, can you give us an update on that?
Well, this is part of that same process. This is an update to that show, Mark. This was one of the new bases that we discovered light packets from, and or messages coming from this base, and this is why we were able to create this today. That's why we wanted to have you there to witness it and see that we are utilizing the information from that Andromeda Council update that you were part of. So follow me. All right. Following him up and going through the cold spray. Which puts a biofilm around me that I can live, breathe, exist in one of the reptilian ships. They need it very hot. They need it very humid. And so Gilly and Harry and Willem are all, not Gilly, Galilee, are going through this as well. And we're going into a meeting room. Other beings, I'm nodding, I'm bowing, namaste. And Ambassador, hello. Nice to see you again. Very good to see the two of you. All right.
Namaste.
Mark, I can't remember his name again. Do you remember the ambassador's name? With an R. It's in the show notes. Okay. Oh, that's why I'm having such a hard time. And it ends in an R. Anyway, we'll put it in the show notes for everybody. Just to think of it, Mark, just say it. Okay. All right. So, Commander Z is bringing up a board, a screen. So, not a board, a screen. And there are, is this another one of those virtual meetings, Galilee, that people are here virtually through monitors? Yes, Karen, it is. Because there's only maybe 5 people in the room. And we're 4 of them. Okay, maybe it's more like 10. But, okay. 5 others is enough. So, I am bringing you here today to let you know that this mission was successful. We are very thrilled to have completed one of these bases that have been established for more slave trade. You can see here from this diagram, these are the ones that we've found, the bases that we found, the bases that we've cleared, the bases that have come back online, that we have found information coming from again. So we wish to do an update today and let you know that this one is complete. We will have our teams go through and get any information, knowledge, and supplies, documents, technologies, tools, weapons, anything that's here. We will retrieve it and analyze it to learn as much as possible from this base. You can see we have 3 others that have popped up that we need to work on taking down as well, or shutting down completely. And again, some of these areas can be used for our purposes, so that's what's wonderful. We'll go in and use their stuff for our purposes. However, it's a little tricky to do that because they know where these bases are. So we're sitting ducks, so to speak, if we stay in these areas. Oh, but it's a shame to totally demolish them as well. We are working on a structure that will allow these to be safe to utilize and prevent them from being destroyed with our people in them. Otherwise, it's best to let them go. It's not worth taking the chance and the risk of losing our people. It's also not worth the risk of leaving them empty to be utilized again. Whatever we do, we will use a terraforming method that is in honor of the planet and the location in which these bases are found. Please note that. Now, we wanted to also let you know these are the bases that we have reviewed again based on light information coming through. Some of these we had 2 situations that were AI plants were put there to lure us in. Fortunately, I can tell you in both cases, we safely went in and neutralized the AI. So we've been fortunate there. 3 of these facilities had new squatters, so to speak, people who were taking over the space. One of them was malevolent. 2 of them were just people looking for a place to camp. So those have been taken care of as well. Again, we don't feel comfortable letting people camp there or squat there because they could then be victimized by the beings coming back, the Dracos coming back and grabbing them. So they were educated to that information and they were transported somewhere safe. So after today, we have taken down 7 more bases. We have these 3 that we're working on. We will continue to monitor the communications to make sure that there are no new bases happening. Each time that we arrest those who are managing the bases, we cut down on the number of beings that can do it. However, it has created quite a stir. And our bases are being looked at and attacked as well. We have had 3 of our bases attacked in an aftermath of taking down their bases. As you know, we've been working with structures that will create cloaking devices that can be scrambled and continually changed. Ideally, we create these kind of devices and they're scrambled continually. That is our hope. That works as long as nobody needs to come in and out of the space. The minute you need to get someone in and out, you need to stop the scramble process. So we're developing that technology and it's getting better and better and better. That I can assure you. I can also tell you that the 3 bases that were attacked are safe. They were able to stop the attack and the intruders. And what you'll want to know, in addition to that, they were able to stop the attacks and the intruders. And they were able to relocate the base somewhere else. Our bases are all portable. We created them, sort of like a ship that can be moved. So that's important for you to know. We only have 2 bases that aren't portable. The rest are. That's a piece that we put into place right away. Of course, originally our bases were in ships. That's how our group started. So we continued that process within locations so that we would have that flexibility. And now it's become a very wise choice. All right. I'm going to work with each of you individually to answer your questions. So if you will hold that space, I will start with my Terra group. Okay. Mark, he's asking the ambassador and Galilee and Carrie and myself if we have any questions that we wish to ask about this. I don't. Do you, Mark?
We would request confirmation of the freedom, or what is the update with Mars, Terra's moon, and Antarctica and other bases on or within Terra.
Yes, Mark, that is a very good question. And Ambassador Kassandr can also help with the answer here. We have been working with teams on that. And we think we have Mars and the moon cleared. We've taken over a large structure of the moon. We are constantly monitoring the energies there because there's some signals from within the moon that are, they keep changing. They keep changing. Are they changing due to dimensions? Are there dimensions within the moon? I'm kind of getting that image. Very good, Karen, yes. There are dimensions. And portals that keep being created within that space that change the ebb and flow of what's going on there. Mostly, there's a large section of it that's been cleared, but remember, it is also an intergalactic, or like a UN, an intergalactic UN. So we cannot affect some of the galaxies that are there. They have their sovereign space. We have to honor it. And so there very well could be bases and foul play going on in those areas. We are carefully monitoring the moon because of the intergalactic united front that's there. As far as Mars is concerned, there are still some slave colonies there. They have been mostly cleared of anyone who was a prisoner. Many beings chose to stay there and live there and continue their work that they love, knowing they have the freedom to leave if they want. So they're still there, but they're not considered slave colonies anymore. They're considered colonies. So that's a huge distinction. Are there still slave colonies, Commander Zillion? Are those still in existence on Mars? Mars has been mostly cleared. We have had a few of these bases that we've had to go in and clear that were not benevolent. But it has been mostly cleared. Not completely. Again, these bases keep flying into place after being recreated. Well, if there are colonies already there, are they also helping to monitor the space to protect themselves from being captured? Yes. Yes, Karen. Commander Kassandr is saying we have teams in there that are helping them stay safe and monitoring any movement or flow on Mars so that they are taken care of and protected. So that is happening. As Commander Zillion has said, they keep creating bases in new places. So it's a cat and mouse game to find out where they are. We're doing really well with keeping up to date with it. And we are being very careful so that we don't lose anyone in the process of capturing these bases. Okay.
Are you narrowing in on the command structure for those that are giving the orders for these slave colonies and other things, where they're getting their orders from, and where that goes up to the higher ranks so that can be narrowed down so that it can be then properly dealt with?
We have those threads. We have some of those threads, Commander Zillion saying. But same as on your planet. The ones that are in the open that you know of and you see, they are not. There's a whole club behind the curtains that you don't know about. So we have some of this information, not all of it. We just keep taking down the ones that we can and attempting to find the deeper and deeper threads to who's creating it. So we don't know everyone, but we have some good intel.
And
any other questions?
Yes. I also have heard that also the Nazi intergalactics also have slave colonies and so forth, and also other Terran human colonies that have been created surround. Can you give us an update on what is being done with all of that so that we can bring about freedom to them as well?
Yes, Mark, they're part of this whole conglomerate because they sell to the Draco as well. They work with the Dracos as well. It's funny you're saying this, Mark, because I thought that's the Dark Fleet was going to be coming in to get these slaves. I honestly thought it was going to be that was my gut instinct. And then some regal person got out, some royalty. Were the Nazis involved with this base? Is that why I got such a strong imprint of their image? Yes, very good, Karen. Yes. They created this base. Well, are they still doing the experiments on Saturn? when we went to that and we saw them doing the experiments, are they still allowed to be there? Those teams were removed to the other dimension when they were asking us for neutrality. They wanted a contract to continue their work. And we discovered that they were not telling the truth, and that's when they were removed. Okay, I remember that show. We did that. All right. So they were involved with this. So they still are involved, to answer Mark's question. And Commander Zillion is going to continue. They are being monitored as much as possible. As soon as we find out that they have another base, we go after it. Because actually they're easier to take down than the reptilian bases. And we sometimes send those leaders to the other dimension that was created for the Nazi scientists. Again, as Karen likes to say, so they can play out their karma with each other and see how not fun it is. So, thanks, Commander Zillion. You're right about that. Okay. All right. Any other questions? I need to move on to my other teams. In fact, I am going to move on to answer these other questions and let Ambassador Kassandr answer any more that you have. He is up to speed with most of what I know, and if not, can ask me if he doesn't know the answer. Thank you all. Thank you, Commander Zillion. Thank you.
Namaste, Commander Zillion. As you know, you always have our love and support.
He's nodding and he's quickly moving on. Okay. Oh, wow.
The question I have is, it is great news. The precautions which we had talked about in that other meeting, I think it was the holographic technology. It was the elements that we had discovered before that the teams had to take a watch for, and also as a robotoid that the Draco would create. How much of that did you find, or others that you had to be extra cautious about and were able to properly deal with to be safe?
As he has already mentioned, there were two bases that were set up with AI to be traps. And then there were 3 with squatters on them. This one was the 6th base that had the actual enslavement going on. So, yes, there's 2 of them were the AI and the holographic, you could say, where they were just trying to get us there. They were decoys to get us there. So yes, we have been monitoring that. So the bottom line, to tell the 2 of you before we end this recording today, is that we are following up on the information that was received in those light packet messages that we retrieved. We are thrilled with the results, and we are continuing to go back and monitor and see if there's any other light packets. We have been very successful, and so far, they haven't found us to know that we are intercepting this information. They are being much more cautious now because these bases have been taken down. Actually, they will be now. Guys, I got that wrong. They will be much more cautious now that a slave trade base was gotten. The other two, the ones that were set up as traps, they were just traps. And they'll see that those traps have been, like, released. The three that were squatters, that wasn't an issue with the Draco. This one's going to be huge. We're going to have to change our ways and figure out new ways to intercept messages, because now they will change what they do. So we wanted to make sure that we had everything in place and that this was going to be a successful mission, because we knew that we would have to change our ways in getting this information. So this is what we needed you all to know today, to know that these missions that we take you on are valid and have wonderful outcomes. We're going to ask that you continually help us co-create the images of these bases being freed. Freed in the sense of what we just explained to you from Mars, where the people are still in the colony, but they're no longer slaves in the colony. They have the choice to leave if they want. They are choosing to stay there and continue the work that they do. And the work that they do is being used for freedom elsewhere. It's no longer being sold and given to other groups for malevolent purposes. That's the other huge distinction that you need to know about these bases, is that when they stay in them, they are being protected, number one. Number two, they're free to leave. Number three, the work that they're doing is being used for benevolent purposes for the Andromeda Council and Federation and Galactic Federation, and being sold for purposes that are of the higher and greater good. That's what there is to know today. Thank you so much, Ambassador Kassandr. Thank you. We are thrilled that we got to see this. You are welcome, Mark and Karen. You are welcome. I'm going to stay because I have some more meetings here. It was good to see both of you. Thank you for reporting on this. Thank you for holding the field for us. Thank you for all that the two of you do with the light field, with the light web, and Mark with the emanation fields. It is great work and very valued and very much appreciated. Continue your meditations and your work. We thank you. Namaste for now.
Namaste.
Okay. All right. Galilee is walking me back to the cargo hold, where I'm sure Gilly and Blue will be. And Corey, why were you here representing Inner Earth today? What did the Anshar want to know about this? We are involved in the teams, Karen, so we are helping with remote viewing, actually. We have a team of remote viewers that work with the Andromeda Council and the Federation of Light. And so when we remote view and we get that information, then we bring it back and bring it to this. Mark, can you mute yourself? Whatever you're doing is making a lot of noise.
Okay.
Thanks. So, so Inner Earth is doing the remote viewing to help and retrieve information for what's happening in these bases. Correct. That's amazing. That's wonderful. Yes, Willem heads that team, which is why he's here. And he's been working diligently with Commander Zillion and with Ambassador Kassandr. Thank you, Willem. Thank you. All right. We are coming down into the cargo hold now. And there's Gilly and Blue. Is there anything else? How can we continue to support what you're doing here? What do the listeners need to know for themselves? Galilee is saying, this is what we wanted to say to you before you left. And this is our final request. Continue to do the meditation. Continue to send the light and love. Continue to empower everything we do. Continue to send the threads. Karen, when you do the meditations, the light and love meditations, we would encourage everyone to go to listen to her shows about that, her recordings, because when you send out the light and you expand the light web and send light to throughout the solar system, send it to all of these bases and systems to lift the vibration. Because when you do that and you send violet flame, you scramble anything connected to the dark web. You assist us. That shifts the energy. If enough of you are doing it, and Mark, you work your knowledge in the emanation fields, when enough people do that, it makes our life so much easier and protects us. It helps to keep us safe. So that's what we're here to ask you. You're seeing and hearing the results every month of the work. And know that you matter, you make a difference, and you can make a difference. Just as Willem's teams of remote viewers make a difference, and Kari's teams of meditators that communicate wisdom to beings on earth. When you do those meditations and you send light, you shift the frequency and you allow benevolent beings to overtake malevolent and stop the evil that's being done. And that shifts the vibration for everyone. Everyone. All right. Please, please, please know how much that matters. That is our request and our summary of today's event. Thank you, Galilee. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste. And we'll be talking with you again soon.
Yes, you will. Namaste, everyone. Namaste. Thank you, Kari. Thank you, Willem. Thank you, Galilee. I am on Gilly. And before I end this recording, I want to remind everyone to please, please, please like the shows. It doesn't cost anything. The more interactions we get with these shows, the more visible they become for other people. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's one show a month, and it'll just alert you that's coming out. I am going to update the newsletter, and I have a message from God that's going to be on the newsletter. So if anyone wishes to get the newsletter, you can go to my website, KarenCressman.com, and you can click the link to subscribe. And if you have any issues with that, just email me at connect@KarenCressman.com, and I will get you on the newsletter. That's another way to do it. Connect@KarenCressman.com. All right, so there's information about Mark and his work in the show notes. Know that. And we will be back to see you next month. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your love and support. And by all means, please listen to the mass meditations for light and love that I have recorded. There's a 10-minute recording, and then there's a half-hour recording that I have done, and you can learn how to create a mass meditation. It teaches you the technique. You can either use mine or you can add and subtract, but it gives you an idea of how you can call in all these benevolent beings to meditate with you, and it creates a synergistic force that's far greater than one person could ever accomplish. It's a huge, massive way to make a difference as an individual. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for liking the show. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for staying in touch with us, and let us know if there's any work we can do to assist you right now. I just helped someone with their pets, and there was an issue. Even pets are being affected by these energies. Lots of people transitioning. If you need to talk to a loved one, friend just had a pet transition, and we're doing a session, a journey around that. So there's lots of possibilities of what can be done to assist. Thank you. Namaste for now.
Namaste. Love and blessings to all.